As soon as Henry Cavill made the shocking announcement that he was done with The Witcher, that he was leaving his role as Geralt after only 3 seasons, people knew it was only a matter of time until it spelled disaster for Netflix, because one of the only reasons people were tuning into this show was to see Henry Cavill. It was clear that the writers, the showrunners, the vast majority of people working on this show did not care about the source material and did not care about the fans. Henry Cavill did, and now he's gone. Officially, his last episodes of The Witcher have finally aired for season 3, and it's just as bad as people expected. We saw the viewership problems that they had. Witcher season 3 viewership crisis down 15% on the premiere episode from season 2, and then after that it just got worse. A fall of 60% of their audience. That's how much they've lost from season 2. They desperately tried to keep this thing in the news, keep it around for a few weeks longer by splitting up the season part 1 and part 2. Well, now part 2 is out, and people almost unanimously despise this thing. You can tell when you just look at this audience score, that paints a pretty clear picture, doesn't it? That's how the fans feel about what Netflix has done, what they've done to the character of Geralt, what they've done to the show, what they've done to the lore, what they've done to this world, and of course, what they can expect. The lack of support from any fans going forward. Right now, sitting at a 22% audience score, and look at how the critics have reacted, because this score right here, this 78% was before they saw the entire season. That was just for part 1. Now part 2 is out, and look how almost every single outlet out there is talking about it. The Witcher season 3 volume 2, not with a bang but a whimper. The Witcher season 3 volume 2 review, a disappointing end to Henry Cavill's tenure. The Witcher season 3 volume 2 review, Henry Cavill deserves a better exit. And here at Forbes, Eric Kane, who's been blasting this thing for a while now, The Witcher Season 3 Part 2 review, Henry Cavill flees a sinking ship. It is the worst case scenario for Netflix. And yeah, he's done now. He's going to be replaced by Liam Hemsworth. They're not going to do any sort of explanation other than the next time you see him, he's just going to be a different character. That's what it looks like by the way this series ends. But the last 2 episodes, there was barely any Witcher in it. There was barely any Henry Cavill in it. It was about the worst send-off you could possibly imagine. But it's not surprising coming from the people at Netflix who have shown time and time again, not only will they stab all the fans in the back, but they'll try to stab Henry Cavill in the back. We saw those things they leaked about him, all the lies, a toxic workplace, a toxic environment that wasn't corroborated by any of the actors or actresses he ever spent any time around. It was just total lies to try to smear him because they knew the fans have Henry Cavill's back and they despise what Netflix has done. I want to read you the first couple paragraphs of this Forbes article. We all deserve better. Henry Cavill deserved a better series to lead than The Witcher. Fans of the games and books deserved a show that tried harder to succeed as an adaptation rather than push the political agendas of its creators. Cavill's co-stars deserve another season with Cavill as the star, given how glowing they've all been about his dedication to the role and the story. And Netflix and its shareholders deserved a show that could actually rival Game of Thrones rather than a mediocre, generic fantasy that is, alas, utterly forgettable by the end of its wildly disappointing 3rd season. It didn't have to be this way. And he goes on and continues. There's spoilers for it in there if you care, if anyone actually cares about it. I imagine, just like what happened for part 1, it's going to be, the number 1 Netflix show for about a day and a half, and then it's going to rapidly fall off. This thing has had miserable ratings. Remember when season 1 came out several years ago? They thought that positive response, one of the most viewed Netflix series of all time at that point in time. They thought it was going to be their next big thing, their next Game of Thrones. And it has turned out to be anything but that because they decided, the writers, the showrunner, all these people involved decided that their political ideology was way more important than making fans happy. And as a result, Henry Cavill has walked away, and so has the entire audience. Let me know your thoughts for all this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.